Part 2 of 8 illegal interview questions you don't want to ask. While some illegal questions like "How old are you?" are more obvious, others are less so. Some questions masquerade as cultural fit questions, and others simply pop up when you let the interview meander off into small talk. If you'd prefer never to deal with the EEOC, then remember the rules of thumb from above and avoid letting your interview conversation head toward questions like these. Number 1, have you ever had a brush with the law? Asking candidates for information about their arrest record is a no-go zone. The EEOC notes that statistically some minorities are arrested more often, so a question like this could lead to underlying racial discrimination. If you need to assess whether your accounting candidate is trustworthy, you can ask if they've ever been convicted of fraud. Ask references, whether the candidate was ever disciplined for violating company policy. Number 2, I hear an accent. Where are you from? You may just be curious, but when it comes to national origin discrimination, this question is a red flag. Asking it could hint that you might discriminate against a potential employee due to their accent or the fact that they may be from a different country. If language fluency is important in the role, ask candidates direct questions about which languages they are fluent in. You can also formally evaluate their communication skills as part of your interview process. Just don't ask them if they're native speakers or whether English is their first language. Number 3, how many kids do you have? Even if you've gone into small talk zone with a candidate who's already mentioned having kids, don't ask this. In fact, if you've already related to each other about having kids, try to avoid asking any further questions around this topic. Asking candidates about their children or if they plan to have children can signal discriminatory hiring practices. And lastly, what are you currently making? If your business is in New York City, Philadelphia, Massachusetts, Delaware, California, Oregon, or Puerto Rico, there is a salary history ban. The ban is limited to certain areas, and sometimes only publicly held companies, at least for now, but this trend is likely to continue. In fact, lawmakers are already pursuing bans on inquiries about salary history in Pittsburgh and New Orleans. So if asking candidates about their previous salaries is one of your go-to questions, you may want to drop the habit sooner rather than later. Instead, ask candidates about their salary expectations. Any questions? Give us a call. Maybe we can help.